Free Comic Book Day Mini-Con is coming the first Saturday in May, May 2nd. We are giving away 20,000 comics, way more than we gave away last year. Plus, we have Free Comic Book Day month, which entitles you to free stuff all month long. May 2nd, Free Comic Book Day. It's right around the corner, guys. We have got a ton of guests coming down, and Julie Okahara will be here with us. Free Comic Book Day is May 2nd. You guys have probably got that burned into your head by now. 20,000 comic books, Supreme Pro Wrestling, Sac City Rollers, West Coast Avengers. I've said this so many times I don't know how it's not flowing off the top of my tongue. We've got food trucks. It's going to be a great day. And as you guys know, writers and artists. And Julie, welcome down to Empire's Comics.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to have you down. So this is the first time that you've done one of our mini-cons, correct?
Yes, I have come last year to peek like.
So you got to see what kind of
Yes.
what it's like.
Yeah. We did miss the wrestling though.
Yeah, it gets really hot out there, so there's only so much time they can do it. But it's really fun for people who are in line.
Yeah.
Well, this year you're going to miss it too because you're going to be in here.
Oh,
You can go take a quick peek. That's what I usually do until Jen has somebody track me down to get back to where I'm supposed to be. So you guys have probably know her art from the Empire's Comics art room. You had your stuff up from March and until now.
yes.
So tell us a little bit about your artwork, which you guys can see right here.
Ooh,
So how do you do it? What is it? All paint?
yes. Well, I use acrylic paintings. Oh, and then if you see in the room, I do ink drawing as well.
Yes, and we'll go into that because we'll talk about the game too.
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay. So painting, I do acrylic, and I like that media a lot. And then I usually put some material on, so it's like plushy.
Yeah, it's like a plushie. This is the unique thing about it because all of your pieces have a little something,
Yeah.
whether it's just a tiny little mustache or hair, and even like the angel one, it had the chains that were coming off of the painting. So then walk me through the process. When you're going to do something like this, do you go into it with an idea of everything that's going to be on the page?
Yes.
You do. So you see this,
Yes.
and then you put it down. Okay.
I'm very particular about how I work. I start with a little tiny thumbnail, like a little idea sketches and stuff, and then when I'm done with that sketch, I go a little bit bigger, like same as the proportion, and but it's smaller, say like this big, but it's the exact same proportion, and then finalize the composition and everything.
Gotcha. Okay,
so that's the done piece for me, and then enlarge it by hand. Like,
what do you do with those when you're done? The sketches.
Oh, I have a pile.
Okay, all right.
You
should put them on the back.
Oh, yeah.
For the people who purchase it, so they can see the whole process.
Yeah. Well, someday, like eventually, I wanna, have a book or something.
Actually, that makes sense. Sorry, guys, you're not going to get it. That makes sense because then you could, you've got enough material to put an entire book out, a sketchbook.
I thought it would be fun for people to see the final piece and the little sketch.
Actually, that's kind of nice. Yeah, then you get both.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to the one that's about this big, you've got it all down.
Yes.
What about like the colors and such?
Colors depends on the pieces. Sometimes color comes first earlier, and then sometimes it doesn't come until I start actually working on that.
And then you can see what it's supposed to be. Okay, then my next question is, there's a number. I got actually a few questions about this.
Yeah.
So it's a very unique style with the way you do it. But what is going on with everybody having a hole in their stomach?
Ooh, that's kind of up to you, like how you.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's how I usually say. Well,
because I think every humanoid, every human has a hole.
Yes.
Okay, well then that leads into my other one because you look at this and it's bright and it all jumps off the page, but sometimes some of them look kind of sad.
Yes. Well.
You said that so happy.
Well, I like how people get like a darkness of it, kind of.
Well, it's such a contrast with the colors. So people don't realize it at first until they're walking around the art room and looking at it. And then it took me a little bit while I was looking. I was like, wait a minute, that guy's kind of sad. And
yeah, well, it's not like I wanted everybody to be sad or anything,
Mhm.
but I don't know.
It's just it's
Just
the way it goes with what you're doing on your pieces.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
you kind of have sad moments in your life,
Mhm.
even though you're happy or you pretend to be happy, but you're, I don't know, I
And I guess, like you said, it's up to everybody's individual interpretations
yeah.
of what's going on there. My favorite piece from the art room, actually, I had two. I had the spaceman, and I really like the one where the giraffe was a scuba diver.
Scuba diver, yeah.
Where did that come from? Because the giraffe was happy. The giraffe was having a great time.
Well, I love giraffe.
Uh-huh.
That's one of my favorite animal.
Okay.
And then I was actually doing all like under the sea theme one time.
Okay.
So I was going through the kind of phase that I was only doing. This is part of it too. So
Okay.
this guy's under the ocean, and he lives in a pomegranate submarine.
Okay. All right.
And then I was just like thinking like, what would you do if you live in the ocean? So if we have like a person or a giraffe, we live on land now. But what if they live in the ocean? What would they do? What do they do? Like how they act?
Okay, obviously they're gonna scuba dive. Yeah. You know, because they got to go out and do something, and they're gonna fish. And why is he missing a?
Oh, that's another thing people ask me too. It's to me it's kind of simple. Like I like drawing shoes, and I like drawing barefoot.
Okay, so
I did
you
both.
got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and so I kind of start doing it just because I wanted to see both, and then I guess that question many people too, like, why would you do that? Why? There's not much reason behind it, but I guess it's kind of funny to see the reaction of viewer, like they can think about it.
True, because all of those pieces, there's questions in every single one.
Yeah, fascinating to me to see people like wonder about like why is this going on, and then
and then come to their own conclusions.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Now, are you doing any other shows around town right now?
Right. No, in the town right now. Currently, no. I'm gonna be at the Comic-Con here on May 2nd, and then the Mother's Day week. So following week, I'll be at the East Sac Garden Tour. I do it every.
The East Sac Garden Tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do it every year. I have a little table, and then they have a little
And just and go a little more exposure for your stuff. That's perfect. Now, we were talking about the pen and ink that you did. If you guys saw when you walk in the room, there's a table filled with little little pieces that were all pencil. They weren't like this. It was ink, right? Ink. And that was all for a card game, correct?
Oh, on the wall, yeah. The ones on the wall, yes. That was for a card game called Project Dreamscape. Project Dreamscape. Yeah.
And that was on Kickstarter?
Yes.
And it got funded, correct? Yes. So you guys will see more about that Project Dreamscape, which is perfect for this kind of stuff. Yeah. But then I guess you do others too. You do pencil and ink.
Yeah, I do like ink, and then all my pieces that are ink, I have a little cutout parts, and then I put the colors like glitter paper behind it or oil paper, so it has bright color in it.
Okay,
and
perfect.
I also paint the frame as well, so it has more colors. And
nice.
Yeah, I like colors.
So have you been doing art your entire life?
Yes and no. Yes, and no. Yeah. I was a graphic designer back in the day when I still live in Japan. Okay. That was my work, day job, I guess. Yeah.
Which requires an artistic touch to do something like that.
Yes, having clients, but yes.
Yes. So, but before that, were you still painting, or while you were doing that?
No. Well, I was doodling entire my life, and then I was when I was little, I was copying like comic book art and all the little stuff, like little.
Yeah, you were just like you said, you're doodling. You were having fun with it.
And then I got into the graphic design. I went to school for that in high school, and then I became graphic designer after I graduated. But I started like thinking, getting more frustrated with having clients. Okay. And then I just wanted to do something that's for me. That's for something come from me. I wanted to do like have no clients, just to do what I want.
Do what you want, and then if they like it, they can take it.
So that's why I came. That's the reason why I came over to the United States to go to school.
Oh, okay. Where'd you go to school?
Sierra College for
Perfect.
art degree. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's when I start more painting, drawing for art, like art. Yeah.
Okay. And now, I mean, you've got a ton of artwork and a whole bunch of stuff on the horizon.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, you guys will see her here on May 2nd. I'm sure you'll see her again in the art room, and hopefully you saw what she had in the art room. Where can they find your stuff online?
My webpage is www.julieokahara.com.
Okay, julieokahara.com. There'll be a link down below.
Yeah. Oh, and then also you get to see the sketches as well. When I post like new pieces, I talk about how I did approach to the piece, what's new about, and then how my process went through, kind of thing.
Well, thank you for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I will see you on May 2nd.